Hey y'all, so we're gonna do these palettes today. We are going to be doing my 2 Natasha Denonas and my 3 Juvia's Place palettes. I love my Juvia's Place palettes. They're great travel palettes, and both of these Natasha Denona ones are as well, but they're just a little bit more on the neutral tones, and I go for more color. Also, don't mind my fingernails right now. I dyed my hair last night, so they're a little purple. We're gonna start with the Natasha Denonas and end with the Juvia's Place because I want the colorful ones to be last. Saving the Nubian Royal for last because I think that one's my favorite one out of those 3. So we're gonna start with these 2 first. We'll do this one, which is the Alloy palette, and then we'll do the Ayana palette. I'm also going to do my best and name the shades properly, but because they're like backwards, I may have to make sure I'm saying the right names. And then also on these, they don't have names, I don't think. It's probably just going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what we're going to do today. Let's go ahead and get started. Look at the little sleepy baby. I don't know what it is about this fabric, but this is like a little cardigan. I wore it one day and then put it on here on the chair because I got hot, and he has since claimed it as his. I'm not getting it back. So that's fine. He loves to sleep on it. And it's just too cute to take it back. Like, I can't. Like, I would be depriving him of his favorite spot to sleep in right now. So, and I can't do that to my baby. I have just lost this little cardigan, which is totally fine because it makes him happy. And that's all I want to do is make him happy. All right, we're going to let the baby sleep. Okay, this is the one we are going to swatch first. It is the Alloy palette. I got it in a BoxyCharm or an Ipsy. I really can't remember which one. It's really pretty, but it's very warm toned, and I usually don't go for warm toned eyeshadows, but it's one of the only 2 Natasha Denona palettes that I have, and I'm sorry I'm not getting rid of them. Never tried her bigger palettes, and I want to keep the 2 5 pans that I have. I really want the Xenon palette that just came out, but I'm on a no-buy at the moment. So this is just gonna have, the ones that I have are just gonna have to do. And the ones, like the black and silver smoky palettes that I have, are just gonna have to do. But yeah, it's pretty, but it's just a little too warm toned for me. I'm gonna keep it and I'll get use out of it somewhere, somehow, some way. So yeah, let's go ahead and swatch this one. I did forget to mention one thing. It is going to be on clean, dry skin. No lotion, no primer, no sticky base. Same as the last 4 videos. It's just clean, dry skin on my arm. I wrote down what I think are the shade names of each one. They're on the back, and I think I've got them right. Looked up the individual shade names and did my best to match. So hopefully I got it right. If I didn't, just let me know in the comments. I'm pretty sure I got each and every one of them right, like matched it to the back. Let's get started. Here are the first 3. We've got Golden Flesh, Earth, and Flesh. Talk about some weird names. Flesh is a weird word, but they're very pretty. That shimmer is very pretty. It feels like a more cooler toned than warm, but I'm not a professional makeup artist, and I am very bad and don't really know how to match skin tone or know warm tone versus cool tone. I know that Ayana palette is more cool toned and this is more warm toned, but being able to differentiate right off the bat is not something I'm very comfortable with yet. I'm learning, I'm still learning, but it's very pretty. That is a very pretty shade. Here are the last 2, Suntan and Atria. A very pretty gold color, but I don't go for golds. I don't think I've ever even tried a gold look before, maybe once. And I have brown eyes, and I don't know if gold and brown go together really well, but I just like purples and blues and teal greens and green multi-chromes and smoky silvers. Those are the colors I like the most. But it's not bad. It is very pretty. But the one thing I have noticed about this palette is, let me see if I can do it one-handed. There are like 2 or 3 pans in here that are wobbly, like very wobbly. Like I would be almost afraid to like turn this upside down because I'd be afraid that the shadows would fall out of the pan or out of the box, like the container it's being held in, because of how wobbly they were and are. I think it was on this one too, and maybe that one. Can't really remember, but yeah, it's very wobbly. It's like it's not glued in, or it's just not in there well enough. I'm not entirely sure, but all right, let me swatch these two and then I'll show you my whole arm. And here are all the shades. Also gonna try this. I have my key light on at like 100% right now, but I feel like when it's all the way up at 100%, it washes out and it's really hard to see some of the shades on my skin tone. So I'm gonna turn it down to about 60 and see if that makes a difference. From the top, we've got Golden Flesh, Earth, Flesh, Suntan, and Atria. Here, we're gonna turn that back down to about 60%. It's a very pretty palette. Those top two look like cooler tones. Maybe that Flesh one in the middle is a little bit more cool toned. Then you've got the bottom ones that look a little bit more warm toned. It is very pretty. I like it. I am just not getting rid of any of my Natasha Denona palettes. I really want to try some of her $69 midi palettes, but I'm on a no buy right now other than getting Ipsy. I really want that Xenon palette, but again, I'm on a no buy. I have to say no. The 5-pan palettes are just gonna have to do. I like it. I love it. It's good for neutrals. I just probably will never use that gold shade, which is fine. You know, it's not everybody's cup of tea. I like it though. It's pretty. For a neutral palette, you know. So yeah, now let's move on to the Iona palette. Well, the next palette we're gonna swatch is the Iona palette. It's very pretty. It's very cool toned, which I like. We just talked about warm tones and me not really knowing much of the difference. You know, I can tell for some of them, but some are a little harder to differentiate. This one is definitely more on the cooler toned than the other one, but is very pretty. I have used this palette before and for just a neutral look, because you can never have enough neutrals in your collection because there's always a time and place where neutrals are preferred. I'm not big on neutrals, but I will use them when I need to. Again, clean dry skin, no lotion, no primer, no sticky base. Let's get started on this one. Here we've got the first 3 shades. We've got Harlow. This one is just called Lash Line. And then this one is Satin Skin. Very, very pretty shades. I like that Satin Skin one. Nice. And here are the last 2. This one is just called Crease. And then this one is called Glam Green. It's like a silver, but it's got like a tinge of green in there. It's very pretty. It's very different. It's like a silvery green. Very, very pretty shades. I like them. And here are all 5 shades. Very pretty. You can really see that tinge of green on that bottom shade. Do this again. Put it down to about 60. The bottom shade is very pretty. All right, so I'm gonna start at the top and name off the shades for what I think the shades are anyway. We've got Harlow, Lash Line, Satin Skin, Crease, and Glam Green. All very pretty shades. Definitely on the more cool tone than the other one, than the Alloy palette, but I think it's pretty. I think they're both pretty. They're good quality. I did have to go up into that Lash Line one again and swatch, like, I think 2 more times to get it built up, but it's a really dark shade. I have a tendency to have to do that anyway on darker shades, so it is what it is. But yeah, very pretty. And that concludes both of our Natasha Denona palettes. Let's move on to Juvia's Place. And next up, we've got Juvia's Place, the Rebel Grays. Beautiful grays. Beautiful smoky grays. I love smoky grays. They're so pretty. So on this one, there are no shade names. So how we're gonna do it is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll do 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4 that way. So I'll swipe the first 2 and then show you, and then swipe the bottom 2 and then show you, and then show you my whole arm. Very pretty. Okay, here we have 1 and 2. Absolutely gorgeous. They are so pretty. So reflective. And turn it down to about 60% instead of being on 100, because it kind of washes out sometimes. Okay, and the last 2, 3, and 4. Very pretty. That silver is just stunning. It's on 100% my key light right now, but I'm about to turn it down to 60. Still so pretty. Okay. And here are all 4 shades. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you from the top. We've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pretty simple and easy. Absolutely stunning. It's on 100% on my key light, and I am gonna change it down to 60. That's 20, 40, 60. I just feel like keeping it on 100% kind of washes it out to where you're not even really able to see it sometimes. So absolutely gorgeous. I mean, this was in like a mystery box from Juvia's Place, and the mystery box was like $15. I got the palette, a lip kit. It came with like a lip balm, and then it also came with a kit. It was like a metallic purple and a matte purple lipstick and a loose highlight, all for like 15 to 20 bucks, I think. And I was so excited because I had wanted the Rebel Grays palette for a long time, and I can't believe I got it for like, what, 5, 6 bucks in that mystery box. I mean, even if that, it may have been like 3 or 4. It's a great palette. Swatches beautifully. The shimmers are fan-freaking-tastic. That matte one did take a little more to get built up than the 2 swipes. It took about 4, I think, but it is still beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Love it. Let's go on to the violets. Look at how beautiful this is. I took these palettes, the violets and the Nubian Royal one, to New York with me so I could have some pretty colorful eyeshadow, but they were smaller, so I didn't have to take any huge palettes to travel. These make perfect travel palettes. I think I got this one on sale for like $6, and the Nubian Royal one was like $9, maybe. Ugh, they're just stunning. So again, these don't have shade names. So I'm just gonna do 1, 2, 3 on the top, and then 4, 5, and 6. So 1, 2, and 3 is the top row, 4, 5, and 6 is the bottom. Absolutely stunning. Okie dokes, here we've got 1, 2, and 3. Absolutely gorgeous shimmers. Absolutely stunning. My key light is on 100% again, but I will turn it down whenever I show you the final arm swatch. Look at that. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. You got 4, 5, and 6. Holy crap, is that not gorgeous? I love it. Simply stunning. Alright, here is one last look at the palette before I show you the swatches. Still on 100% on my key light. Just look at how stunning those are. Oh, the mattes did not swatch as well as the shimmers, but they are buildable, as you can see. That took about 4 or 5 swipes to get both mattes to that level of pigment. But in my opinion, the heroes here are the shimmers or metallics or whatever you want to call them, because they are beautiful. They are simply stunning. I mean, they are absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to take it down to like 60% here in a minute. That's 20, 40, 60. Oh, still so pretty. Trying to see the different colored glitters in that one from the second up. It kind of looks like it's got some blue glitters in it. But from the top, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Simply stunning, absolutely beautiful. I love purples. I love purples so damn much. But yeah, that is the Violets palette. Let's go on to the last one, the Nubian Royal. And here is the Nubian Royal in all of its beautiful glory. Look at that glitter. So stunning, and I love hollow. I always like to show the hollow in light, and when it's unfocused on the camera, it just looks so cool. Gorgeous. So we're gonna do the same thing. Top row is 1, 2, and 3, and then 4, 5, and 6. It's just absolutely stunning. And that matte purple, it's like a royal purple. It's gorgeous. So let's get started on this one. Look at how pretty that one is. It is gorgeous. Anyway, here we got 1, 2, and 3. That's just stunning. And that one's like a black base with some bluey glitters. That's stunning. And that one's got like a pink flip. Ugh, all 3 of these are gorgeous. And here are 4, 5, and 6. Look at the hollow. I get so excited about glitter. It's ridiculous. I know it is, but I love it so damn much. I just can't stop. Look at it go. Look at it go. Look at it go. I wanted to save this palette for last simply because it's my favorite of the JUVIA'S Place palettes, but also because that glitter. I hate removing glitter, which is why I don't wear it on my eyes. I love glitter, but I very rarely, if ever, put it on my eye, even though that is absolutely stunning. All right, and here's one more close-up of the Nubian Royal palette before I show you all the arm swatches. It's a gorgeous palette. I love it so freaking much. I really do. Look at it. Look at the glitter. Look. Ah, so excited. And that really pretty purple. And then you can really see like the blue glitters in that second one. All right, I'm gonna tell you from the top, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 5 is there. It's just really hard to see. Absolutely stunning. And you can see that shift up at that top one really well. And the blue glitter on the second one. Ugh, I love it. Yeah, I'm gonna turn the brightness down a little bit. There we've got 20, 40, 60. Simply amazing. I love it so freaking much. I do. So beautiful, and it's a wonderful travel palette. Look at all that hollow. It's just stunning. But yeah, that is the Nubian Royal palette. It's gorgeous. I love it. So happy it's in my collection. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. I love it so damn much. Let me clean up and then we'll go over everything else one more time, and then that is this video. All right, and here is one final close-up of all the palettes. The Nubian Royal, the Violets, the Rebel Grays, the Iona palette, and the Alloy palette. All of them are gorgeous. All of them are beautiful, and I love every single one of them. Even though that one is a little bit on the warm tone goldy side for me. They're all so stunning. I can't get over it. The JUVIA'S Place's shimmers are fabulous. I love them so much. Gorgeous. That is this video. If you liked this video, I would love it if you would like, comment, and subscribe. But if you don't like this content, you don't have to do anything like that. I'm just here to film what I like, show you things that I like, do what I like, and if you like it, that's awesome. If you don't, that's awesome too. We all have our preferences of what we like and what we don't like, you know, on what content we consume. I am very much into makeup and beauty content and true crime. I love those types of videos. We all like what we like and we don't like what we don't like. No hard feelings if you do not like this type of content. I'm just here to do it as a hobby and get out of my comfort zone because I am so freaking shy and I don't have a lot of friends. I keep my circle very small because I am a recovering addict. I choose to stay home and stay with my cat and to just keep to myself for the most part, so I don't fall back into old habits. I got sober from prescription painkillers in 2018. Got sober from H in 2016. I am just keeping my circle very, very small and very, very selective on who I do talk to and hang out with because I do not need to relapse. So This is why I do stuff like this, to get me out of my comfort zone, to stop me from being so shy all the time, and to also talk to you guys, whomever is watching at the moment. If you like it, I would love it if you would like, comment, and subscribe, but if you don't, that's totally fine too. Let's go find the fur baby to say goodbye. Are you sleepy? Yeah, I came in here, turned the light on, and he woke up. Hi, are you sleeping in your pool floaty? Are you sleeping in your pool floaty? Yeah, that's a good boy. That's a good kitty. Can you say bye, YouTube? Can you say bye, YouTube? Oh, yeah, alrighty. He said bye. You'll have a good night. Cutie.